I think it's time to get the party started. Talk about some crypto. We're going to be getting into it today, everybody. We are just going up above 100K, down below. It's over. Back up above. We're so excited. Back down below. Is there a possibility that this could just be flat all the way until January 20th? Oh my God. But we're going to be looking at some charts. We saw Velodrome, massive pump overnight. We got some big news on a couple other coins as well. Is there a major pump setting up for some other things in the market just around the corner? But we are here. We are live. We're getting into it. Next breakout pump. When the hell is it going to be? What can we do to just be on the right side of this trend? I love you all. I appreciate you all. Happy holidays. Friday the 13th. Scary day? No, this is a day of new beginnings. So let's get some gains today. Big love to each and every one of you. I want to see you active in the chat, whether you're on Twitter. You can make that video full screen, you know, where you open it, you see the live chat there. Get active. I can see it over here on my side. YouTube, get active in the live chat. Let's do this together. Let's get this going. Let's get the music playing. Let's vibe. We're about
Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. SEC and its policies rely on whatever Gary thinks. Bitcoin's a flight to quality. I heard that from Larry Fink. Every hour losing purchasing power on foolish shelter. It's not our fault. Blame the cult. It's the political cowards when it comes to gas. Our purchasing power just got cut in half. I sit back and laugh, open my bag, fill it with stacks and sats. Bitcoin, pumping, altcoins, pumping. I've been preparing for this. Can't tell me nothing.
And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a flight to quality. We're hearing from clients around the world.
Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pumping. I've been preparing for this.
And I believe crypto will play that type of role as
Bitcoin, pump, altcoin, pump.
we are hearing from clients around the world.
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
Crypto, depending on how you think about it. And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a
Can't
flight
nobody
to
tell me
quality.
nothing. Bitcoin, pump.
We are hearing from clients around the world.
Prepared for this.
It's time, everybody. Get active. If you're ready, drop a 1 in chat. Drop some bullish emojis. We got to talk about what's going on in this market because it's time. BitLab, go. What's up, everybody? How you doing? This market is just going up and down and all around this mark right here, which is essentially, I don't know why this moved because it was right at, let's actually double click on this. This is right at $100,000. Boom. And this price action is just, I mean, going above, below, oh, back above, below, above, support on it, bounce out, back below, above. This is doing everything possible to make people impatient, complacent, and make the wrong decisions in this market. And the altcoins are kind of sporadically having little, I mean, not little, they're having some pretty, we saw Link do 30% the other day. Velodrome did over 100% overnight. We saw AVE also see some major moves to the upside. What was it, 2 weeks ago? XRP added $100 billion in market cap. XLM pumping. We're getting the signs that the risk is ready, but it's there. And then it's like, there's not like supporting continuation because Bitcoin cannot release the Kraken and have a continuation beyond that 100K mark. So with that being said, how's everybody doing? How you feeling? Welcome to the show. My name's Kelly Kellum, and I am just a community member here, just like you here at BitLab Academy. We are doing this together, meaningful tools, content, resources, and most importantly, community. That's what this is about for me. But we're seeing the market. This is so bullish, and it makes me almost laugh, but it makes me sad that there's some people that are frustrated. I mean, we just did a massive move over the course of a very short period of time. Remember, let's zoom out and look at this. From this point right here, this is, God, what is this, November 5th? From this point right here, the market did a monstrous move, Boom, all the way from here, all the way up here to this top 53% move. Massive. From all the way down here at the $67,000 mark, all the way up to 104, just under $104,000. And then if you actually look at it back here, when we actually hit the low, I mean, this low back here was August 5th. I remember that day. It felt like it was all over, right? It's all over. And it's in those moments of it being all over that then you push into a 109% pump. And people were worried. And now we're sitting here in one of the most bullish cases we've ever seen in this market ever, with all the capital channels and ETFs and nation states and corporations and MicroStrategy. The narrative right now is more bullish than it's ever been. And people are worried right now because it's not breaking out. In fact, if you really look at this market and understand where this is going, you would actually be celebrating the possibility of the price action doing this and coming down to 92,000, or coming down to that next step down here at 86, 87,000, or even coming all the way down here into the $78,000, $77,000 mark. And remember, I'm not even saying it's going to go there. I'm saying if you understand how bullish the narrative is for this market and where this is going, then it doesn't really matter to you when you look at this Bitcoin dominance and you realize, where are we at? It's not what I want to look at. I want to look at the CME futures. When you notice that we do have this gap here, there's kind of two narratives that suggest price could come back here. And remember, coming back to this zone and ultimately even coming down to this level, 74,000, would ultimately only be a bullish move of price coming back to touch. Boom. Let me do option H right there. What would that be doing? Testing a previous range high. We should celebrate the possibility of the price action doing that. Why? Wouldn't that take all the wind out of the sails? Who cares about the price point, 100,000, 74,000? Take that out of your mind entirely. Look at the structure of the chart and realize that more often than not, just like this, oh my God, oh, but then what happened? Boom, it finally got released after it touched that previous range high. So as bullish as I am aware, and I want you all to be aware, even though I still think larger possibility lies in this, even if the small correction, whatever happens here, larger possibility is in that this just moves up. However, we want to celebrate the opportunity if this comes. I want every single one of you, none of you, to have a meltdown if the price does that. Now, maybe you have positions like I do in my altcoin portfolio that I've been sharing with you all that I'm not really trading that opportunity. I'm not going to sell here for the opportunity to buy back here. Some people are going to do that. That's fine. Do that with the trading portfolio, not with your entire portfolio. In fact, what would happen if this came back down here? I'd try to figure out where I can harvest more capital so I could buy in to, because if this falls down to this zone, altcoins are going to have, across the board, are going to have a pretty big spill. Now, is that what I think is going to happen? No, but we have to point it out. Now, I want to go through a couple things here in, the sort of news context. And I don't mean news like, let's go through all the same news Discover Crypto does. That's what Discover Crypto does, and it's great. We're here to touch on some of those topics, but also bring into a deeper view of what's happening in the charts, how to navigate it, the investment ideas. Remember, no financial advice. This is just breaking down the strategies that I've learned that have worked for me. And if I help you in any way, especially help you prevent losing money, it'd be my honor to help you in any way. And even if it's just me putting a bright spot in your day, because we got this positive channel. And again, that's all because of every single one of you that is tuned in here on a daily basis. But we're sitting here at $3.6 trillion. Nothing to really worry about at all. This number is going up over time. But then we see Japan, and this is going to be the story. Japan and other major top 100, top 500, top 1,000 institutions and corporations, especially in the U.S., getting exposure to Bitcoin. Now, we got the U.S. Strategic Bitcoin Reserve discussion, which is kicking off those discussions across the world right now, and this is incredible. Japan is considering a strategic Bitcoin Reserve, and the discussion was proposed by someone no other than named by Satoshi also. Satoshi's not just Satoshi Nakamoto. Satoshi is a somewhat popular name in Japan as well, but this is bullish, just a reminder. And then we see Peter Thiel, one of the founders of PayPal, went full Bitcoin maximalist, and it's paying off. They've got, $3.9 billion in Bitcoin on his books, whereas Marathon and many other miners were out there selling Bitcoin previously to mitigate costs and, business and mining difficult. Now they're taking that page out of the MicroStrategy playbook and stacking. And not only are they stacking, they are doing, basically debt offerings to basically buy more Bitcoin as well. But I do want to shout out Alexandra G real quick. Special quadruple double thank you to Alexandra G, gifting 2 sets of 5 memberships before the stream even started. I appreciate you. For all of you that watch these streams, whether it's later or you come back to try to find something specific, when you see those time codes on all the videos, she's the one that does those, and I appreciate her more than you even know. So thank you very much, Alexandra G, for that and for the gift of memberships. And of course, Mary Herbert with the $5 super chat says, please, TA on Superverse. Let me go ahead and bookmark that, and we will make sure that we can get that in there. We're going to be doing quite a bit of TA today. So let's get into it. This is going to be a story. The reason why I brought this up, it just goes back to the thing I just said about Japan. This is going to be a persistent story and a continued story of these dominoes falling, basically orange-pilled countries, institutions, corporations, individuals, pension funds, sovereign wealth funds, individuals. I mean, the money right now is setting up for such a flood that we cannot even imagine. And then this is from Ki Young Ju. This is the CEO of CryptoQuant. He said, checklist. Should you buy Bitcoin at $100,000? Well, would you regret not buying it if it hits 145,000? Are you waiting for a bear market? Confident you won't panic sell during a minus 30% correction? This is the thing that really jacks people up. You know how many people say, man, if I heard about Bitcoin back in 2012. If I just put 1,000 in, I'd have, hundreds of millions, a billion. No, you wouldn't. 99% of you or me wouldn't. Why? Because the price was so underpriced back then. It was so low, and it did not have the traction it does now with our entire government, new government administration is a proponent of crypto and empowering and emboldening what we can do with crypto here in the US. And this is happening across the globe now. We have institutions, we have BlackRock, we have Fidelity. But between then and now, we didn't have that. We had, price oscillations for $1 up to, 200, back down, up to 1,200, back, crash down, $200 up to 20,000, back down to 3,000, up to 64,000, down to about 40,000, back up to 70,000, back down to 15,500. You have to be an absolute OG legend to have been somebody that bought it that low and waited up until this point to start taking profits. Or you had to have lost your wallet and then found it years later. And you're like, holy moly, that is OG stuff. So you need to really be aware of this right here. If you really do believe that you understand that there is volatility in this market and it is a function that serves this market, it's a good thing. Can you hold for at least a year? Can you do just a little bit of your own research? Not just listening to YouTube where you actually, read the Bitcoin Standard or, other books specifically about Bitcoin, or go out there and research online. If you can do some of these things, and if yes, you're ready, make sure you get involved. Now, continuing on, the price has been pushing up. 100,000, is it high? Sure, but you want to look at the various different metrics that are, involved, other than just looking at the price on the side of the chart. What am I talking about? The price over here. This is what jacks everybody up, because you're looking at it as if the price matters. This is only a data point within a wider set of data points. And this chart, this very colorful chart right here, this is great because Bitcoin is testing $100,000. It's kind of oscillating around it, as we just mentioned. And funding rates look like this. Bet you didn't expect to see this that this year, but here we are. Send everything higher. What does it say? This is when you're getting, very high funding rates, very low funding rates. And this is a pretty even, healthy sort of funding rates for the market. This is why we did not want Bitcoin to hit $100,000 and then run away to 120, because then that would have spelled a big crash, and that would have went from 120 back to 75, so on and so forth. So what we're looking at right now is a market cleansing itself as it consolidates around this $100,000 mark. This is ultimately incredibly incredibly bullish. Multisig Dummy says, "What up, Kelly? You dog strong? Hell yeah, I'm dog strong." And I'm excited about that one as well. And you should hear the backroom discussions with big players out there that are like, "I don't hold meme coins, but I'm going to get an allocation to that because it's not a meme coin. The fundamentals are too strong." And that is the magic of how dog is positioned in the fundamentals, as opposed to every other meme coin that's out there. So we could talk more about that later, but we got a lot more to dive into today. We got a couple hundred, 400 people watching right now. Shout out to each and every one of you. I do appreciate you. Make sure you do some engagement, some form. If you're not active in the chat, hit that like button or hit that little heart if you're watching on Twitter. Hit that retweet button. Share this out to your friends and family. Bookmark the post if you're on Twitter. Also, that's the best way to give the back-end algorithmic boost there. But I really do appreciate y'all being here. Now, what are we seeing here? BlackRock's Ethereum ETF surpasses 3 billion in inflows as experts predict Ethereum could surge to $15,000. I've been talking about this for some time. I do think Ethereum has not had its day in the sun yet. And, of course, it has not broken past previous all-time highs, which is up here about $4,700, $4,800. In fact, we haven't even really broken past this mid-range high back here March 13th, which was right about 4,085. We got a little bit of a wick here. See this little bit of a wick here? The high there was 4,096. So the wick got it on this 3-day, but could not sustain, came right back down. And it really tried to do all it could to fake us out with this move to the downside, trapping people, which if you were watching this stream, I told you that was the high probability before it happened. Why? Because the upward rising channel signified a likely move to the downside. And people that don't understand that see this as, oh, it's crashing again. They get out. And then all of you that are watching this channel, you say, oh, that's a dip buying opportunity, only for this to rocket back up and come back somewhat, kind of fighting to be in this channel. Right now, it's kind of, you look at this, it's really jacking with us. Above the channel, finds support. Below the channel, finds resistance, tries to get back above the channel. So we're kind of in an interesting situation right now on ETH. So we're going to have to keep paying attention to this over the next couple of days. But overall, in the midterm time frame over the next few months, my expectation is this will be much higher in terms of where we're going. Let's actually look at this on a fib level. Where we're going is 15,000 possible? Well, let's look. What would 15,000 be? 15,000 would be the 3.618. That would be a pretty nice move if that happens. That's a 3.618. Let's look at the previous cycle and see how this did. This did not, look at that. Magic. Went right up. I can actually delete this one. Well, look at this, right up to the 3.618. So this, to me, suggests that if we do get to that 3.618, $15,000, that would sort of break this narrative of this diminishing returns potentially for this cycle. I do think the diminishing returns is going to be coming into this market. The question everybody has, that's an analyst in this space right now, is this time different? Do we have this weird sort of situation where this time is a little different because now we're going into this bull market parabola that very likely will be taking off soon, with the benefit of having governments starting to roll that ball towards more and more acceptance, and also seeing these financial products on things like BlackRock and Fidelity and other different Ethereum ETFs that are out there, and just the awareness that's growing. Capital is, big money capital, not just retail people on the fringes, which is all of us that were here before the ETFs. Now we're getting people that were kind of on the fence, we're against. We're starting to get them starting to roll into the crypto ecosystem, and big money availability, being able to have access and invest in. And it's also not some sort of on the fringe topic of this very, essentially all of crypto is a meme coin to traditional finance. We're getting to the point now where Bitcoin, Ethereum, I think Chainlink also, which we'll be talking about in a bit. I think Avalanche also, which we'll be talking about in a bit. And things like Aerodrome and Velodrome and Moonwell. There's a lot of things that are starting to be more socially and business ecosystem, especially in legacy finance, starting, they're not fully, but starting to be accepted in those conversations. And as that capital flows, so too will these prices. And guys, we are in for one hell of a 2025. So we are seeing, can we get 15,000? Yes. I think that will be, I think more reasonable will be somewhere in the 11 to 13,500. If we hit 15,000 for Ethereum, the altcoins that you hold are outside of Ethereum are going to be doing so well, because that would signal a absolutely monumental alt season because of the type of capital that is flowing into this market. So note that, stack accordingly, do your own research, make sure you are doing what's right for your portfolio. I can give you the tools. I can break down some strategies, but you have to know what you can deal with on an emotional level. Yeah, we're talking numbers and crypto and making money, but this is a great lens through which how you navigate your life. If you get emotional when the price moves, you're probably the same way in every one of your relationships. But in this market, you can build strategies that help keep you in bounds so you don't steal money from your future by making stupid fucking decisions. And that's my curse word for today's show. And even if there's kids listening, parents, if there's kids heard it, that's the only way to say that. Sometimes you make stupid decisions. You need to own up to your decisions, and we need to figure out what we can do to do better so that we can dominate this market, so that we can harness our future. That's what this is about, everybody. Because I want my future to be better. And my future being better involves being able to have more free time, being able to help more people, and being able to just, help you all. So let's check it out. Good morning, folks, says Axel. Really like this guy's account, always sharing great information. Make sure you're following Axel Adler Jr. You can see it on the screen there. He said the market has two key support levels at 90K and 93K, a positive sign that the floor has moved higher. The floor has moved higher, everybody. That means where all these volume nodes of where things are trading. Trading volume peaks are declining, which is a neutral signal. Note that, indicating that traders are avoiding the excessive risk. Currently, the price is stuck in a narrow range between 99,000 and 102,000. Any significant news could trigger the market in either direction. So this is what he's talking about, 90K and 93K. So how does this look when we look at this on like a node level? Like, what does this mean if we're looking at the chart? Where's 90K? Where's 90? Was it 90K, 93K? Well, we have this kind of node. Let's go to 8 hour. There we go. We have this where this is, rejection, support. So right about 91.3. And then we have another one down here at 86. So what does it look like on the liquidation heat map? So we got to go to a little bit larger time frame. Let's go to the 3-day time frame here on CoinGlass. So right below us, we do have some liquidity, not much above us. This tells me actually that is bullish. I want this to go up in the immediate near term. Without a big news narrative that's really just going to pop that, or an announcement of a buy or something like that from a very notable person. This tells me that this is a little bit of a bull trap. And you can tell because this is weakening and it's a lower high right here in this level. This tells me it's likely going to come down here and scoop this 98.6. And the next level down here is 96.4. And then, there's not much liquidity down here at this 93 or 90 sort of zone. So I don't know. Although we have those volume nodes where there is support at those levels, this tells me if we do move down, we may come down, potentially even get a washout down here into the 96.3 sort of zone, at which case we'll likely have the liquidation heat map heat up above us, which could then be that magnet to pull back up. And we're just flushing liquidity still because everybody is trying to catch the move once it runs away from 100. That's the thing here. Now, when we could continue on, we see Bitcoin dominance rejecting from the 57% level, AKA who cares the percentage. Bitcoin dominance looks like it's starting to roll over. Why? Because we have this trend line right here. You can't see it, but my chart vision just can kind of see support. And look, we lost it, came down, rejected on it, came back down. This is a signal that says some interest, some focus is rotating some money into altcoins. So that's a good thing. We saw that sort of kick off with the huge amount of money that went into XRP. And now we're seeing it kind of like popcorn across the market with like all the coins I listed earlier, Velodrome and AVAX and Link and, so on and so forth. But what does it mean? If we look at this, we see another node here. This is from Ali Charts. He says, Bitcoin sits on top of a significant support wall between $94,300 and $100,000, where 2.25 million wallets bought over 2.8 million Bitcoin. This is not dollars. 2.8 million Bitcoin times $100,000. That's a lot of money. And so we've got a pretty big sort of buy wall. And remember, the majority of the buying, or a lot, at least a very sizable amount of the buying that has been bought, a lot of the word bought there. A lot of the buying pressure that's come in at these levels is when the prices dip down into there, and medium to very large. It's not the small retail. It's majority medium to large wallets, whales and dolphins out there buying these dips. So this is kind of, I would say, it's fairly substantial zone. So 97, basically $94,000. If we look at this, this was actually, let's go back to the liquidation heat map. This would suggest, all the way through this is where all that buy pressure is at. So if the whales and, the market makers allow this to come down, I think this would just be another buying opportunity, because I think that's where they're looking to scoop up. And we do see all this liquidation, basically free liquidity in the market. So that's good to see that. And then when we continue on, we saw Velodrome pop overnight. What happened? I didn't even see. I had to say, what the hell? And Binance will list Velodrome with a seed tag applied. So when we look at Velodrome, how many of you out there got Velodrome? I know I brought it to everybody's attention on the channel back in I think February or March. And look at this move. This is 8 hours. Let's look at this on a 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart, on a 1 hour chart, one single candle. That candle alone was 126%. Ultimately, that move got all the way up here to 154% before having a little bit of a pullback. It's all over. Is it? Is it all over? Well, let's look at this a little bit zoomed out. Macro move from the top to the bottom. Where did this go? This pushed up and sliced all the way through. See this teal line here and the gray line? I just know how my charts are set up. Hold on. Why is that zoomed in? That is the golden pocket of that macro move. We went up and sliced all the way through the 786. Platinum pocket, as Army Piper calls it. But the price currently is coming back, and this is actually looks good. This is on the daily candle. Let's go down to the 24-minute and notice something. We pushed up. We overshot the golden pocket. There's a bullish narrative here that we can watch. The signal would be is if this pushes up as it did, if it finds support in this level, and we do end up having a bit of, this is going to be kind of janky with that little, what do you call it? Not diversion. Whatever this is, I can't think of the word right now. What's the word? I don't know. But we're having, a little bit of a boom disparity, here within this pattern. But this predominantly pattern, basically a bit of a bull flag, bull pennant. And you can measure this. I will caution you against that, though. This gives people too much hope. I will caution you that the next move does suggest out of this pattern that the next move is going to be another 150%. What is that? Another, 159, 160% move. I would caution against measuring it this way because this was, hey, we're getting listed on Binance. That's what got the move. Now, does that mean the price isn't going to continue up? I think the price will continue up as the market goes up. However, this is a major seismically shifting capital access. Binance is the largest. They have more deposit. Do you guys realize this? Binance has more deposits, meaning the customers' deposits and what their assets on their exchange than the next 10 exchanges combined. So when Binance lists a coin, the amount of capital access that can that now trade in that particular asset becomes exponential. So this is a seismic move. Will we pump out of this? I mean, we could still have a bit of a sell-off. I watch if we lose 26 cents, 26.7, then I do think we might be having a little bit more of a correction because this is very inefficient, meaning it didn't stair step up. So we might have this sort of stair step down, or even if it falls, but you want to see where the bulls come in and then work your way back up if you do get the breakdown below that 26-cent mark. If this is able to sustain here and the market in general just starts to break out, I'd watch for a little bit of a rejection here at 36 cents. And if we can clear this 38 cents, then we'll basically be stair stepping up, I do believe, to this previous high, and then start working our way up to this 1.382, which is the 53 cents. Next level up is about 61 cents. But this is awesome. Velodrome, also one of the pivotal coins that's involved in that super chain with Optimism, Velodrome, and all the different, the whole Optimism connected ecosystem. So this is major, and Optimism is a DEX very similar to basically Aerodrome, but it's on Optimism instead of on Base. Now, continuing on, this is just a continued discussion about altcoins heating up. Alt season has already officially begun. It's just, remember, we have the stair step, and this is as illustrated by Mikey Bull. Has it begun? Maybe. Is it just a little bit of an impulse before we have some consolidation and then continuation? We'll have to see. Sometimes you got to be more patient than you expect. Yes, we broke out of this large cup and handle. Down here, we had the W formation, double bottom, and then the launch. That was the neckline. Once we broke out of the neckline, look, push up. This is the 3-week chart. Look at this breakout. Notice this. The breakout, what we get? Breakout, what do you get here? 3, 6, 9, 12 weeks of consolidation. What's 12 weeks divided by 4? That's 3 months. So we just broke out. Are we going to have 3 months of consolidation in altcoins? You see what I'm getting at here? We're getting big moves. And the second we get it, it's like a drug. Everybody says, the second one of your big reset. The second one of your altcoins starts to pump, or you start to see multiple altcoins pumps, everybody says it's alt season. It's alt season. Why isn't this alt moving? Why isn't it continuing? Well, as I just illustrated here on the BitLab Academy stream, last cycle, back in 2020, when we broke out of the neckline, there was a 12-week period of consolidation for altcoins before it then had the continuation. That could be in play this cycle. Maybe everything just continues to run away. What everybody forgets in this market is patience. You need to be positioned before the move happens, and you'll get excited because something will pop off, like we just saw with Velodrome, 150% overnight. And then they say, why isn't this other stuff moving? Patience. It's going to happen. Sometimes it happens when you least expect it, and that's usually when it really just melts faces. So make sure you're following us for more so we can keep you on the right side of the trend. And let's continue on here right now, because we are seeing this. We're seeing the RSI here also breaking above the zone, much like it did right here. So let's see if there's consolidation, or let's see if there's that continuation. We're going to talk about this on a daily basis. So let's stay in the know here. How much? We got 400, almost 500 people here between the two channels. I appreciate you all for being here. We have been going up and down around $100,000. So remember, I had that deal for the BitLab Academy. If you wanted to join, that link is right over there. Because we haven't run away from 100,000. I said I'd have that deal until we're above 100, but because throughout the day, we keep going below it. So you can head over there if you want to get involved. We have a full 120 lessons from on-chain data to candles, candle patterns, indicators, technical analysis, Fibonacci's, trade. All of it is in there. Portfolio allocations, how to figure out how to do tokenomics. It's all there. lab.bitlabacademy.com/deal. Take advantage of it while that deal is still available. Now, continuing on, we got a lot to cover today. Massive leverage wipeout on altcoins right around the previous cycle highs, exactly like we saw in 2020. That's what I was just talking about, but you're seeing it through different lenses. Looks like the real fun is about to get started. Well, this is that zone. Look, the push up and then the basically bull flag and then continuation. Well, we kind of got this here. I wouldn't necessarily relate this to, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, but we are kind of in that fold. Are we right now with altcoins? Is this zone right here? Or is it this zone right here before we get that next major leg up? We're going to have to take this one step at a time. Shout out to Sawtooth Hiker gifting 10 BitLab memberships, and that is to the BitLab YouTube page, where, just so you know, I didn't do one today. I'm going to do one this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, for all of you, whether you're a member on the BitLab channel, on the actual YouTube or not. Make sure you got the subscribe thing right here. Look right below the video. Does it say subscribed? Hit that subscription button. Make sure your notifications, see where it says all, turn your notifications on, because I'm posting daily morning, basically in the morning, I'm doing near daily turbo TA. That's not turbo the coin. I just mean very fast. It's, look, 7 minutes, 8 minutes almost 9 minutes, where I'm going through a bunch of coins really quick, talking about levels I'm watching, what's going to happen that day, what we should be paying attention to. And it's in this. Yours might say posts, it might say community. Make sure your notifications are on and check in here because I'm posting these regularly. If you're in the BitLab Discord, you'll see it in the Kelly Alpha channel. And also members, you BitLab members, they're going to be predominantly posted here either in membership or on that community tab. So make sure, I only say that because look at this. It's despicable. Look at this. 15 of you can't see it. 15 people viewed this. People aren't watching these. I'm not going to do it. Everybody said they wanted them. Well, get in there and watch these and let me know what it is you're looking at. So now let's continue on because we got a lot more to talk about. I should take off this jacket, but I don't want to. And this is that move on Velodrome that I was talking about that just, man, the market, the risk is here when the narratives are right for projects. And soon we're going to see that ball rolling where capital is flowing into the broader ecosystem just in general. So Avalanche also, guys. Avalanche also. And on this note, where is it at? Is it right here? No. Did I not? Let me, yeah, we'll go over there in a second. Avalanche raises $250 million in private token sale backed by Galaxy Digital, Dragonfly, and more. But why is this important? Because they're about to roll out Avalanche 9000, which is basically upgrades and scaling and all this kind of stuff that they're basically improving Avalanche just next level, faster, cheaper, more scalable, more interoperable, more customizable than ever. And that's arriving on Monday. And in fact, I hadn't even seen that. And where is it at? Let me just pull it up. I hadn't even seen that. And I actually posted, where was it at? Is it right here? No. Somewhere in here. God, this is so funny. I don't know. I post too many things throughout the day. I rotated a little bit of capital yesterday, and I'm going to talk about it in the members videos that I'm going to release tomorrow and Sunday. I did make some small changes in the portfolio. I took some profits from something because I wanted to get more aggressive in Avalanche. So I took some profits from something, rotated it into that, and also into Near and Moonwell. But I'll talk about that later. But Chainlink also. Remember, I just added a bunch of Chainlink, and I had that 30% pump. But check it out. Here's crypto's top real-world assets by development: Chainlink, Synthetics, Dusk, Polymesh, MakerDAO, Lumerin. I actually haven't heard of that one. Orachain, Centrifuge. Centrifuge is on Polkadot, Creditcoin, and yeah. So, but Chainlink number one. And remember, why is that important? Because Chainlink is not only an RWA play. Chainlink also is starting to get stacked into by World Liberty Financial, but we also, where's the other one? My stuff is out of order. Is this right here? This is Link's chart of its broad ecosystem integration and partnerships throughout the crypto ecosystem, as well as legacy finance. This is a visual representation for me of why Chainlink has the most fundamentally bullish case in all of crypto outside of Bitcoin. I think out of everything that's in crypto, I think Chainlink has a better chance of flipping Ethereum, meaning getting a larger market cap than Ethereum, than any other coin. Am I saying that Chainlink is going to flip Ethereum? Some of you are going to go out there and post that. That's not what I said. I said Chainlink has a better opportunity because of how integrated it is. And this is what I'm talking about. Look at all these coins. CeFi applications, DeFi contracts, real-world asset proofs, and wrapped assets. You know, I mean, look at these, all the different coins and projects, new hybrid smart contracts, Web3 contracts. I can't even see this. There's so many of it in here. Web2 applications, AWS, Lemonade, I don't even know what that is, but BMM, DeFi contracts, CeFi applications. I mean, I don't want to go through all this, but it's crazy. But then you look down here, then you got all these different integrations as well with different crypto. Then you also have cross-chain smart contracts, but then you also have global banks, and you also have asset managers, and you also have clearinghouse settlement depositories like Swift and DTCC. Remember, $150 trillion a year through SWIFT. DTCC does something quadrillion. Central bank digital currency, whether you like that or not, that's going to be things that different nation states do. They do need healthy data that is accurate and trustless, like you can get from Chainlink as an Oracle. But then you have, it's incredible what they're building towards and how many different sectors of the market that. So some people go, but it's kind of pumped. It's kind of pumped though, Kelly. It's kind of pumped, but it hasn't in reality. When you think about what it's doing, I expect it to be low side 150, but somewhere more realistic in the 190 to 225. But if the market goes like Ethereum going to $15,000, then Chainlink, I think, also will be one of those ones that gets up there in the 290s, maybe 300. And that is a little bit lofty. It sounds crazy for me to say that, but that's if Bitcoin's up there at 240, right? And going, and Ethereum's at 15,000, and we're just seeing capital just race into this market. If we don't get that, we just kind of, Bitcoin goes up to 160, 190, Ethereum goes up to 11, Chainlink will be in that 125 to 160, let's call it 140 range, which is still pretty big growth from where we're at right now. And Ethereum is setting up. Let's actually go back. Ethereum setting up for the move. Could be a washout spring launch. What I was talking about, where it kind of catches bears and then just launches. But volatility is inbound with this type of rise in open interest. Dip, I beg you, I'm ready to stack or pump. Doesn't matter because I'm also been ready. Look at this. ETH futures open interest just really pushing up there, creating very strong trigger tension for big moves to happen in either direction when it gets going. So we just need to pay attention to what's going on. And then we come over here to ONDO and notice that ONDO actually got, there's a post that Pantera Capital is stacking into ONDO, and we got a little bit of a move up out of that, but we're sitting here right, not only going into price discovery, because remember, the highest ONDO's ever been previously, $1.45. We had the push up. We had the washout down, and then this sort of attempted sort of launch that's in process. This is the 3-day candle. Let's get down to the 4-hour and realize this is that move, launch, find support. It looks like it wants to run. VWAP angled up. This is a 4-hour though. Let's go down to the 1-hour. Okay, what do we see here? In this period, we're seeing a little bit of flattening on the RSI. But now it's fine. It's looking a little contentious right in the zone. VWAP's trying to angle down, but there's just underlying bullishness that makes this want to pop. It really does want to make it want to pop. But, there's a lot of bullishness on the institutional side of ONDO because it's also tied in with the narrative with BlackRock and, with legacy type of instruments like U.S. Treasuries and stuff like that. And if Pantera is also stacking into it, that's further signaling to all the people that trade and kind of look to how they're investing, because there's a lot of emulators out there. What's this portfolio doing? Oh, I hadn't thought about that one. Let me look into that. Oh, I'm going to get into that. So yeah, Crypto Red Bot said, could Sui flip Solana? I think it could. It would take a huge amount of capital to do that. But remember Superverse from Mary. You know what? Thank you, Sawtooth. I appreciate you. Let's do Superverse. I appreciate super chats when people make requests, because it makes me, try to make sure that we can get in on here and do it. I don't know why this doesn't show it on this side. Is she still okay? Superverse. I don't even know what is the ticker for that. Is it Super? I don't. Yeah, there we go. Superverse. Let's see how old this chart is. Let me see if there's an older one. I'm sure there's. Coinbase tends to be slow. Okay, it's not that. Oh, look at this massive Head and Shoulders. So new-ish, or it's actually not new. It's back to 2021. Option J. So actually, Command Z, Option T. Quick key master over here. So we got a bit of a inverted Head and Shoulders here. Now, would I use this as actual target? No, but we're going to be little bulls here real quick. We're going to kind of do it like that. And the target out of this, if you're measuring from this, would be ridiculous. I'll tell you why it's, I don't want to say ridiculous, but it's just lofty, because look at this. Okay. That is that's an 18X on the target out of that inverted, that inverted head and shoulders. Now, is that what I would look to? Maybe. But remember, this is early in the market. And how big is the market cap on this? Let's see. Let's go to Superverse. Superverse. 1 billion. Okay. Let's see. Basically 900. So basically 1 billion tokens. Total supply, 1 billion market cap. I don't follow at all what they're doing. So is the most bankable gaming project this cycle. I just did a big space on Mario Nawfal's deal the other day talking about gaming, and gaming is a major deal. It's just a very contentious market between different projects. So could this go up 18x? Sure, it could. The market's going to be ripping if that happens. I will say I like the VWAP come down right here on the weekly. Found support. The money flows positive on the weekly. On the weekly, we have green candles here on the momentum wave here on the BitLab trading stack, which you can get at a discount if you use that link right there, since we're still hovering around that $100,000 mark. lab.bitlabacademy.com/deal. The first page is just to access to the Discord, 15 days free, then about 35% off for the life of the account, even when the deal goes away. But then the next page you can upgrade and get the combo. It's the indicators, and you also get the 120 courses, 120 lessons. But the VWAP here on the BitLab indicators is bouncing, money flow positive. There's green bars here on the momentum wave, meaning there's a lot of underlying buying pressure. Let's look at the BitLab intelligence. Also a lot of buying pressure, but stopping volume. So this may be wanting to kind of consolidate here for a bit. On the immediate term, what I would do is option F from the top here to the bottom there and get a more sort of local sort of target of what's going on. Look at this. This tried to tap the 1.618, nearly got there. If we have a little bit of consolidation in this range, great. I'd look for a target back here about the $1.60 sort of mark for a good opportunity. If this does fall, then, coming down here, the golden pocket is perfectly in line with where this descending level of resistance is as well, right in here. Which is right about $1.20, which would shock people, but this would be just healthy movement on a pattern structure. If this does consolidate here and push up, the next immediate target is a 1.786, which is 261, 250, actually 256. You can see right here. Of course, the next sort of I don't want to call it a midterm macro. This sort of major target would be up here at the 358, and then of course the 481. So that's what I'm seeing on Superverse. Super chat not working for me, says crypto in my veins. It's all good. Kelly, you follow my account. Please check out my bounty. I don't know what bounty is. Let's look at bounty. I hope it's not a meme coin. I don't know what bounty is. Is this it? Bounty? Yeah. Is it? Let me know in the chat if that's what you're talking about. Crypto Crawler says Turbo. Let's look at Turbo. We're doing fam jam time right now. Turbo, I guess we had done TA on this a while ago. We talked about this massive sort of bull pennant forming. Look at this. We organized what the targets were going to be based on the fibs. Look at this. Went towards the 1.618, got rejected, came back to where the golden pocket of this move. This is what I was just talking about on Super. We had some wicks below it, but we found support on the candle bodies at the golden pocket. Now, look, this came up and actually tapped the 1.618. If this does come back down, we're looking for support at about 10 cents. If this can take out the 1.618, the next target immediately is 1.5 cents. The next target is a 2.618 up here at 2.1 cents. And then the next target at 3.618 is the 2.8 cents, almost 3 cents. Money flow flip positive, but it's neutral, which is, what do I mean? See how this wave flipped positive? It's gray with only a little bit of blue because there's not actually, it did flip into positive money flow, but then it stayed neutral. The VWAP is angled up. Stochastics look like they're on the weekly, or look like they're trying to sort of roll over a bit. But on the short term, this does look a little corrective with the money flow flipping back negative. And look at all this bearishness on the quick look on the dashboard, on the BitLab trading stack. You don't even know how to read this. You're like, oh, there's quite a bit of bearishness on the 2 hour. Okay. Just makes it very easy. Look at this. Called this perfectly. BitLab trading stack, intelligence, boom, down, shift, down. 3 bearish divergences also supported that, down. So we're getting that. Now, Velodrome had the move up, washed out back down. The bullish signal here told you it was likely going to go back up. Boom, it did. It even supported it with 6 bullish divergences right there. BitLab trading stack and a reversal call. meaning that this move was likely, what did it do? Came up, but we double topped here. M formation. If this starts breaking down and loses the weekly VWAP at $2, then this likely is coming back into this zone. We really would like to hold above this zone, 187, 180. If we lose that, then I do think this might be doing that thing I talked about 5 days ago. Oh, it did not break down. It pushed up. I said, watch this be a bull trap fake out. Do something, come back and actually get that breakout down to commit people short to then have the pressure released to the upside. Near had the breakout down, bullish signal suggested the upside, got rejected currently at the trading the trade signal line, but it found support on the weekly VWAP. If it can hold this and start pushing back up a move, then it's going to go. If it loses this, it's coming back down here to the $6 range. You're going to lose about $1, potentially even move a little bit further down to about $5.75. But everybody, I love you guys. I appreciate you. Make sure, hey, and my dad said, give me a higher low. That's what we want in this market, is higher lows. And remember, even when we're getting these corrective movements, it's only providing opportunity before this market runs away. Shout out to all our channel partners. I call them out pretty excessively on this channel all the time, so I'm not going to go through it today, but shout out, I will, to CoinW. The free traders group is pinned in the live, top of the live comments there, or the top of the chat. Get involved there. And then also on the Twitter, right below, you'll see the comments there with all the links. And of course, nordvpn.com/bitlab if you want 4 months free additional on your VPN. And of course, best crypto cold storage solution out there, the Arculus. Head over to getarculus.com. Use code BitLab20 for 20% off. I'm going to be doing 2 streams today on Mario Nawfal's Roundtable Spaces Crypto Daily. I'll be posting that on my Twitter. Great conversations to be had. We have like 100 to 200,000 people tune into those. I've been hosting those throughout the week, so check it out on my Twitter. But I love you guys. I appreciate you all. We're going into the weekend. Make sure you check, as members, make sure you check the posts on the BitLab page and also in the Discord and in the Signals Lab. I'll be doing some 7 to 10 minute little TA breakdowns of what's going on in the market. I love you all. That's all I got. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for coming. Oh, I wanted to tell you, Drew and I, we're doing a Discover Crypto takeover this afternoon, 4:15 p.m. on the Discover Crypto channel. Drew and I are going to run the afternoon show there. So I'll see you there as well. Adios. Bye. Give me a higher low.